Another wonderful gray day in Opal. There he is. I hope I didn't keep you waiting.
What's the reason you called me out here?
Oh, you know, I've just come to pick your brain. Done dealing with that ox, huh?
Quick work.
Quick work.
Longer than an hour.
No longer than an hour. Well, I'm sure your general is happy about that. Or excuse me,
Perhaps.
your season. Or was he too busy dealing with other things?
I thought you'd have a chance to report to him.
Oh, waiting, are you? I'm sure you, found the mess he made,
Yes, it was.
Very professional.
Complicated.
My thoughts exactly.
To say the least.
I love a good rain.
It's rare to get one like this.
So, dear General, what drives you through all this madness?
In what regard? The issue in Opal overall?
Is this a fight for your home? Is this a fight for your people, your honor, your responsibility, your rights? I'm just trying to figure out what makes you tick.
People and home can be included one and the same. I'd be lying if I said there should be at least a bit of glory to it.
Glory, wonderful. Important when it comes to this kind of situation. And you are right. Mostly. You could put people and home together. But is everybody from your home really worth fighting for at the end of the day? Does everyone share the same values as you? Would they sacrifice their lives to protect this wonderful land of yours? No. They would turn on you. They would leave your country, break it into a civil war. Is everyone in your home worth fighting for?
Traitors now.
But what of the traitors that still live there? What of the traitors in your midst that you don't even know about?
Eventually to be found and weeded out.
Now are these traitors to Opal that you're going to weed out, or traitors to winter? The right answer. So you're willing to die for your home? Are you willing to die for winter?
I guess it depends on the situation. If my cards deem it so, then yes.
All right. Playing it safe there, staying in the middle. Don't want to give me too much, I see. You are a curious one. I see the way you act when he's in the room. The way he treats dear Bori, the little sheep. I see the way it irks you. Pushes you. I can't say I don't feel a similar way. She has her uses. She's very interesting, you know. But that aside, you don't agree with the way he does things. You don't agree with the way he runs things. Is that a leader worth leading? What am I getting at? I'm very curious. I like to learn these things about my allies, my enemies, friends, foes. I just want to know. I want to learn more. And you're a curious case, so far. So far. Winter's been very simple, for the most part. What he's let us see so far, at least. Now, here's a fun one. What of after all this? After all the chaos has boiled over in Opal? Only in Opal? Because what it seems like, when he's done with Opal, he's in charge of all that, this wonderful home of yours, after, he's done ripping it in half and burning one side and freezing the other, luckily there's a few hills that made it. That aside, what next? Dear General, when he asks you to lead his armies, when he asks you to walk east, to march west, to the next country, or the next, do you let him wrap Opal in another war? One that your people are barely surviving their own civil war? What if he does gain control of everything? Rallies your people, only to throw them into another bloody conflict? What do you do then?
An attempt to dissuade him.
Good. I wouldn't want him taking away your choice, your people's choice. Choice is a very wonderful and powerful thing, dear General. So if your dissuading doesn't work, what do you choose to do then?
My job.
That's what I enjoy about you. You're not tied down to the strange legend that these fools who call themselves seasons are. these positions of power they've been put in, appointed to, where they're seen as heroes. Just for having the name, not by their actions, just for what they are. You bear the name Winter, to some people, you're a hero. You bear the name Summer, you're a hero. But we know these people aren't that. Don't we, dear General?
The topic was brought up to me recently by Ori. Raised an interesting point. Old generation trapped in their old ways. Step leap after leap, person after person.
The old ways will be the end of this new age.
For whom would you fight?
Whom would I fight? Well, myself. Definitely myself. Quite fond of the group I come from, with Vexen and, our little alliance we've made. Do I fight for Winter? For now, I do. Our agreement is very solid. I never said I couldn't speak my mind. So, I'm just going to throw my opinions out here openly to you, since it is just you and I, good friends having a talk. But, at the end of the day, do I agree with Winter? No. God's no. But I will follow his lead for now, so that our agreement may come to fruition, and I will bear the fruits of the labor. But once that day has passed, when the slaying has commenced, when it's all over, whether it be him standing on top, or you standing on top, or that curious guild standing on top, when that is over, when the rubble passes, and the smoke clears, then I will return home and do what is destined for me and my dear Vexen. So that's why I fight, in case you were curious.
And what do you think of that build? Do you believe them to have any sort of chance?
What do you know of them? What history do you know about them?
Outside of the attacks I've observed, the battles I've watched, not particularly much.
So do you know their history with Winter?
Yeah, their guild master calls him by his name.
Correct.
Not by his title. Beyond that, I've not been told much.
Well, Vexen did some picking around when he met dear Winter for the first time. They had some meetings and talks, and, well, it's a very interesting history he has with that guild. But, that aside, they've pulled off some curious feats in their time. For example, Winter's bestials. If you haven't noticed, all of them, mostly, at this point, other than a straggler or two, they've been slain, taken care of, and you know as well as I do how mighty a bestial can be. Especially an aged one, which I've heard they've taken on a handful. So, we take that into account, and how many members they would send to do such a thing, and if they really do come at us with the full might of their guild, do you see the problem?
Yes. They have the capability to take down a bestial. And just one of them has the capability to ransack outpost after outpost.
The Ox, yes. Now, to be fair, not part of their guild, but that's different. Still a connection there.
An ally.
An ally, and they have many allies, it sounds like. They've been very busy these past few years. It's going to be very interesting when they arrive. What these strange guildmen have become. Rebellion leaders, you could even say.
What would you do when they eventually show their face?
Oh, they'll be here soon, I know. You've taken a very, very important lamb from them. They'll be here at our door very quickly. And when they do show, I will be there, and I will face them, as I must. I will give on the show that I must perform, for Winter's sake. Because I am curious, I want to know more. I've read notes, I've seen basic bios about them, what little information we've gathered over our time. But being there, up front, watching them, or even facing them, that's the experience right there. I want to know how they slay, and what they're capable of slaying. So I'll be there to test their mettle.
I've placed a bit of a trail for them. An outpost far enough away where if they take it, it won't be an immediate threat. But all eyes will be on them.
Including yours?
They're already under my eye.
Then you want to see if they're capable of doing it, don't you? You want to know if they're able to get to him.
Come tomorrow, I'll be moving Bori to that outpost.
What an interesting choice you've made. I like that about you, dear General.
Let's say you turn this act into a two-person dance. We see what they're capable of at that outpost, and then we assess from there.
Well, I guess if they can get through you and I, what's stopping them from getting to him one day,
Precisely. Final test of strength.
And then my slayers will slay. Wonderful. How incredibly enlightening you are. This was a very good idea. Makes it easier so at the end of the day when the time comes, when we do have to potentially, if cards play out the wrong way, face one another We know it's for the right reasons. We look good doing it, we play on the act, we make a show worthwhile. And after our roles are done, they move in, get to the final act, and the curtains will fall. How does it feel, General? How does it feel to know that you've just, in a way, agreed to watch a guild march through your home and bring down this legend that your people look up to? But you know what he really is. You know what he's become. What sensation do you feel, knowing that just earlier we talked about rooting out traitors, but yet you've made your choice?
Sometimes you need to sacrifice a pawn to get to the king. I told you I'd fight for my country.
Home is a wonderful thing, I've heard. I look forward to understanding that one of these days.
The way I see it, the pieces I've been placing are finally fitting together. Well, they will be. Come the next few days.
Oh, this will be a very messy climax. But I'm so excited to watch it play out.
The second they make a move on that sheep, the final act begins.
Oh, I agree. I agree. The end is drawing near, and we must be prepared to play our parts. I'll make Vexen aware of our little talk, our agreement. He'll love this, oh, so much.
We'll be moving before sundown tomorrow. So you're aware.
Good to know. Thank you. I think I've picked your brain plenty. Do you have any questions for me, perhaps now? Another one?
Where exactly will you stand after the curtain falls? What do you plan to do? Plan to go?
I plan to break the final shackle. I will stand with myself and with Vixen. The chains will be broken, as I've done for myself currently. The chains will be broken, and we will go on with our lives and learn. Continue our research, to gather notes, to just learn, experience life.
Of the many cards I have to play, I believe that revealing them to you was a good play.
I agree. But you, dear General, after that curtain has fallen, and let's say Winter lays a corpse, what will you do with Opal? If the king still truly lives, Winter seems quite obscured by his position. If he does live, then will he reign again? Will he take the throne? Or will all trust in this king, this man who slipped away, will it be gone? And what will you do then? My final question.
Rolling for something. Give me a second.
Oh, I love this.
I'm next in line for that title, Winter. I plan on taking that and the throne. A fresh face, if you will.
Very, very bold of you. I like it.
You did speak of the old generation, stuck in their ways. A new face must spill blood too. Create change. I've already spoken plenty. It's a little more.
What's a little more? Good. You see that no matter how rich, how powerful, how plentiful somewhere like Opal is, if the wrong old blood is stuck leading them into the dirt, things will never change. I look forward to seeing your reign one day, Winter.
Our cards will play out well. Change is coming.
Yes, it is. Well, you should go report to your Winter, and I will go return to Bori and check on her from my little positions. Would you want me to drop anything off for her?
No, I may have a delivery, but I'll hand it off myself if I decide to.
Of course, of course. She's a strong one. She can wait. Well, I'll be around. I'm always nearby, so if you really do need me, you know where to find me.